Hey everyone, welcome to the Movement demo. This is July 8th at 10 in the morning. Thank you so much for everyone to join this demo. We're very excited to have you guys here. Now, this demo is why more realtors should be selling pre-sales and the three things most realtors get wrong about pre-sales and how to fix each one for every realtor, even if you've never sold one. So welcome everyone. And this is going to be a long journey, so stick with us and we'll try to give you as much value as possible. Now, we want to make sure that you can get paid sooner than you think. You can find and compare in minutes and negotiate in real terms. Now, if you haven't already, you want to follow along for free. Go to moovmynt.ai, sign up with your account. It's free, no credit card required, and you can follow along. Now, the difference is we will be on a paid tier for my personal account, and you can see the difference between what is free and what is paid. Now, let's get started. And we already have this ready to go. But before we go through any of this, we're on list view under records. I just want to answer the first question that we want to make sure that we answer and we take out that myth. Now, a lot of realtors don't touch pre-sales in new construction as they feel that they're not going to get paid until the project is actually completed. And we want to make sure that we debunk that myth. Now, there's pre-sale money most realtors never see, not because they aren't good at their job, but because the information moves faster than anyone can track by hand. And what we mean by that is prices, incentives, deposits, and commission terms, changing constantly across hundreds of projects. And now in the next 40 minutes, what we'll show you is three things most realtors get wrong about pre-sales and how to fix each one today. Now, before we start, we'll take a little moment to make sure that everyone is signed up for free. No credit card needed again. So just give you guys 30 seconds here. I think most of you are already signed up. Thank you, Dan, for signing up. We appreciate you. You'll be able to follow along with us. Oh, it looks like Ryan, you are also attached. There we go. We got everyone signing up here. We also see another Sunny. Hey, how's it going? Another Dan signed up. There we go, guys. I appreciate everyone engaging here. And oh, there you look. We got JD as well. Okay, I think we are ready to go. Is everyone good? Let's start here. Okay, now the first belief that we want to debunk here is waiting for years to get paid. So most realtors think pre-sales mean you will wait until the building is finished, which is like 3-4 years away before you see a dollar. And that's usually not true. Every project is structured differently. Even two projects from the same developer can pay completely differently. Different commission, different bonuses, different timing. The payout is not always at the end of construction. One project, you might get a portion when the deal goes firm. On another, a share partway through, say 50% at construction milestone. Some pay a set window after a trigger, 90 days after firm, or 6 months after initial deposit. And yes, some pay at completion. That is very true, but not all. The point isn't the exact number. It's the timing. It's that the timing, is all over the map. And a lot of it lands far earlier than years from now. If you assume every pre-sale pays years out, you're walking past deals and cash flow you'd actually take if you knew the terms. And here's the catch. It's the whole reason we built this, because every project is different and these terms change. You can't hold it in your head and you can't trust a brochure from 6 months ago. Things change. You need it tracked per project, verified and dated. So let's show you here. Now, we talked about the myth of getting paid after completion, and each project again is completely different. So you could get paid much sooner. And some of these commission payouts are much more than like a resale. You can get 2% across the board, 3%, 4%. You can also get bonuses over and above that as well. You could get $10,000 bonus, $20,000 bonus. We've seen penthouse suites that developers are wanting realtors to sell that they provide a $40,000 bonus. So the numbers are out there. The money is out there, and all you got to do is make sure you match the right project with the client. Now, the next belief we want to debunk is that it's too complicated. Where do I start? I don't want to do pre-sales. It's too hard to start. Now, we're going to show you exactly how to get through this problem. Imagine you have a couple or someone single, but let's go with a couple that they're looking for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath in Surrey. And where the rates are today with mortgage rates, it does get quite expensive and the mortgage is a little bit higher to pay. Now they want the best unit for the price for them. They're kind of flexible, but they want more emphasis on what exactly is out there price point so that they can afford the unit that they want, move on with their life with a new journey, with a new home, first time buyer maybe, but they want to be strictly about the price. They're not to care about the location because they need a place to live that they can afford. So how do we get to that point? Now, there's a few different views that we have here. As you can see under records, we already have this currently open. You can go list view. We do have a grid view and we do have a map view. What we're going to work on is a list view, and I'll quickly go through grid view as well. So let's just say again, let's clear this. I had it already ready to go, but let's go to filters and you can see how quick it is already. It's a very powerful system. So this couple is looking for something in Surrey and looking for 1-bedroom, 1-bath. You want to sort by min price. You may also want to make sure that you are sorting by completion date. So let's just start by January 2025. The reason I'm saying 2025 is because some units may not have sold, as you already know about the news, a lot of unsold condos and units in the Lower Mainland. Don't be worried about this. We feel that it may be a good reasoning for that and a good deal for everyone else, because if they are not sold, that means there's deals out there. And with this system, we'll help you find those deals, the right layouts, and you can really help out that couple that is looking for a 1-bedroom, 1-washroom in Surrey. So we're going to click on search here. And as you can see how powerful this is. When you see this, you'll see that the lowest price is $309. You can also see the highest price, but again, we're going to go for the lowest price. You can see the price spread between the min and max, the best price for square footage, price per square feet, and your highest square footage. You can also see that you have your benchmarks here, 1 bed, your medium, average, medium, and average square footage and pricing, 2 beds, price, as well as medium, and 3-bed. Now, let's just navigate how we would use this in this list view. But before we do that, I know you're waiting, you're anxious, and you want me to go through this. We're going to do the exact same thing with grid view, which was city was Surrey. And we're going to go 1 bed, 1 bath, min price. And we are going to go back to January 2025 so that we have the correct one. The reason that we do from date for both of these is because we don't want anything much older than 2025. They might be already sold out, could be 2023, 2024. And for that reason, we want to make sure that they're potentially more active and ready to be sold and not completely sold out. Now, the difference between list view and grid view is list view does min price per project in order. As you can see, grid view, regardless of project, it does the actual layout pricing in order. So if you're looking for a specific layout in order, this is the best way to do it in grid view. If you want more of a macro bird eye view on the project to start, then you could go to list view. Me personally, I like to use list view versus grid view. Grid view is great itself. It does give you all the metrics. However, list view, I do like the bird's eye view so that I can click the action button and I can see all the layouts within that project. It's just easier for me to navigate. So what we're going to do is let's find the best priced layout and we'll go into the record itself. Now, you can see these colors here. For price, green means good. It means that is lower than the median price or below the market. Square footage right now is red. What red means is it is below the market average. So square footage on median price is closer to 502. As you can see, it's blue. Blue means more neutral, closer to the market average. And price per square feet is blue. Square footage is red. Price is green. We're trying to find the most green, secondary to the blue. So as you can see right here, you got a green, blue, and blue, priced very well. Let's see the next project here. As you can see, Central City Holland Park, Park Tower 1, layout A2, has a green, green, and a blue. So that is actually a really good priced layout. So if you're going to find something for 1 bedroom, 1 washroom for that couple in Surrey, priced low for min sorting, it may be the best one. If your couple does not care about the square footage and they're solely on the price, then you can use 309 as your starting point to see if they're okay. But are they going to be okay with something that's under 400 square feet? Now imagine trying to track all this information yourself. If you're going through every project on a Google Sheet or Excel, it will take that much time to even gather this information and then trying to get back to your client. A lot of times your client might be ready to go right then and there, and the excitement's there. But if you take too long to get back to them, it might fizzle out, and they might be like, you know what, we're not ready, even though it might be the best option out there for them. So make sure that you are understanding the difference between being just the starting point or the actual layout that's going to be priced the best, and make sure you're able to explain that to your client what the difference is. One good thing about this system here, you can favorite different layouts that you feel are the best for a client, and we'll show you where they live. And I'll favorite a few here. You got building B, E, F, and G. And you can also see that there's different hues of the green. The darker the green, that means the further away from that benchmark price. So if, let's just say it was 500,000 is a benchmark medium, the lower the price, the more darker the green it would be. And we're going to expand the rest of these just to see if there's any other projects that we feel are good. There's Plan B from Per Phase. We'll heart that, and we'll go a little bit further down to see if there's anything else. And I feel like those are the best ones. Let's also heart Chronicle here. Now let's go into one of these layouts, and we can go deeper into the record. So housing records is what Moovmynt works on, and we're going to go into A2. I'm going to click this here, open up a new tab up here, and it's loading. And there we go. Central City, Holland Park, Park Tower 1 layout is A2. Now this is completed and it's selling. You can see Century Group is a primary authority in Surrey, the address there, and the completion date. So towards the end of 2025, it gives you all the information required. It tells you how much verification of the fields are verified. You can click through the pictures here. And if you want a better view, you can click it, enlarge it. So you can go through all the pictures here. One thing I really like about this is it gives you market signals. Market position is below market, like we mentioned. List price is 363. So the benchmark it's comparing to is 589,000, which is a regional one, and is 38.3% below, which is a massive gap. Now, the square footage is 657, and it is near the square footage benchmark here. Sorry, that's the price per square feet. I meant the square foot is 554. It is near that benchmark. When it comes to the actual price per square feet, 36.3 under the 1 bedroom medium. Now that's regional and is not city based. We're going to go deeper, and we will introduce the city based as well. If you want to go further into the record, project identity, it advises you what was verified. You can have the trust summary when it was verified. You can have incentives, real estate bonus of $5,000. That would be great. Value metrics, which is similar to up there, but it introduces it down here. So it's all centralized as well. Financials is really important. As you can see that the stated deposit is 5%, calculated total, altogether 18,195. So initial deposit for this project is 10,000. And after the initial deposit, as you can see here, we even have what the payable is. So we'll try to get the most information for you to be that well positioned and be more professional when you're sitting in front of your clients. And the second deposit percentage is 5% altogether after the $10,000 deposit. So what happens here in this structure for this project, because all deposit structures are different from project to project. So you give yourself the first 10,000 initial deposit, and you let your clients know that. And then that additional, the full 5%, they'll deduct the initial deposit. So the full deposit is 18,195. You do your initial deposit of $10,000, which now is subtracted from the total owing. And now you only owe 8,195 on the second time you give that deposit. So that is the structure there. Now, with this project, roughly, you're looking at $0.65 for strata per square foot. And if your client, for any reason, wants to assign this project or this unit, it'll be $1,000. Now, some will waive it. Maybe there's a negotiation that you can put in. But for now, this is the structure that this developer has provided. Now, everything you see here, the commission, the bonus, assignment, the deposit, the structure, everything is negotiable. Just because it is advertised at a certain way does not mean that it cannot be negotiated. You can negotiate everything there is, just like you're doing a resale. And that, I think, is another myth that we're debunking, is it is not at face value. You can negotiate this in a slow market with all the data. That's how you can negotiate and actually figure out what's the best way to get the best unit for your client, because you can use these records and you can negotiate these terms. And that was another question we're going to answer. And that's how we're actually going to go through it all. We showed you in 90 seconds how you can filter 1 bedroom, 1 washroom min price in Surrey with buildings completed in 2025. That was 90 seconds, clicks. And right away, you have all this information with the metrics and comparables. And we're going to go deeper with that. I'll go back to the original list view, but we're going to continue on here. Now, we also have the description. You can read about it, a little blurb about the project itself. Go further down, you can see that the price got added on May 3rd, 2026, and it was updated today, confirming that this is the price. You can click on the actual layout. You can see it is all verified, and it was last confirmed July 8th, 2026. You can see all the amenities in 2 tables here: work hub, play area, locker, warranty, gym, guest suite, etc. You can see it all here as well. So you're in front of your client, and if there's certain things that they want, it's all here. You can explain it to them. You can also show it. Further down you go. Again, you have your financial incentives all put together here. You can also see other documents, what was verified, when, and how. So you can see that the housing record, we can download this, and I'll show you how you do that. And also, where is it? Sorry, guys, I am going to, there you go, verification details. So as you can see, what was verified and when, and we try to be as transparent as possible. We want you to be as professional, as transparent and honest with your clients, to show them exactly what type of homework was done and what's available and what's new. For this project, as you can see, we have all the documents captured through the developer, through emails, through phone conversations, through presentation center visits. And you can go through all these documents if you require. Now, we also do follow the pricing. So if it goes up or down, we'll make sure that we capture that. Any incentives that changes, commissions, bonuses, we try our best to make sure that we are capturing every detail to make sure that you have everything in front of you so you can help out your client the best that you can. The further down you go, you'll get the market benchmarks again. But the cool thing is, since we're looking at 1 bedroom, 1 washroom within the project, you'll have all the comparable layouts within this project for 1 bedroom, 1 bath. And as you can see, that arrow right here, it shows that this particular unit or layout within Central City Holland, the price has gone down. And as you can see, other ones like B4, B5, the price has gone up. So we track that the best that we can. Another cool thing about these housing records is when you go further down, you'll have comparable housing records nearby within 5 kilometers. Now, this is all the housing that units and layouts with 1 bed, 1 bath within a 5-kilometer radius of this specific layout. And you can have all those comparables as you can see here. There's quite a bit of projects within a 5-kilometer radius. And it looks like this is one of the best layouts, as you can see. And again, we have record history on the bottom. If we were to open up a different one, let's say we are going to open up one of the top ones here. Let's go to A5. We're opening up here. And I just wanted to go down just to show you what happened to this. So date, January 28th, the price was 621,000 or 622,000. And then May 3rd, it went to 504,000. That's over $100,000 deduction within months. And this is why this is very powerful. You can see the history of what's going on. We also had it originally documented at 20%, but after that, it went down to 5%. So this is huge. If you have a client that cannot put 20% down, but they like this project, this layout, and now it's one, cheaper, and two, the deposit structure is lower, this is a huge win for your client and yourself. Now, it doesn't mean that you'll be qualified for the mortgage. It just means you can hold this property or this unit or this layout. You would need to talk to a financial advisor or a mortgage broker that can really help you out. Again, one more thing I should add, that this is not financial or professional advice. This is for educational, informational purposes only. Use this to get ahead. Use this to understand the landscape, understand where your client needs to be, and build out the best layouts for them. So that's, in a nutshell, what the housing record is. But what we're going to go further now is we're going to do two things. We're going to export a PDF, and you'll see how it looks. It will be downloaded. Here it is. And there's an exported PDF. So it looks a little bit different from the actual housing record. We set it up purposely this way so that you get not just a single picture, you get multiple pictures, but you have all the information that was in the housing record itself and now in a PDF housing record. You'll have all the benchmarks. It'll have all the relevant information that you can show your client exactly how up to date or verified this document is when you're presenting them with a layout or a project. This is very important because they want to know all this important information, especially the deposit structure. I think this is one of the most important things. Commission structure, great for the realtor, doesn't really matter for the buyer. And the description, the incentives, everything there, the layout, project and location, additional financial details. And in the PDF itself, we have it color coded. So when it's yes, you can right away see that it is involved or included in that layout itself. Further down you go, all the attachments, all the verification, how we verify this information. We also have market benchmarks put together in a different way, so it's aesthetically pleasing, and you can show your client, hey, if you ever want to go to a 2-bedroom, the median price is $590,000, and a 2-bedroom is $830,000. However, this is regional. We'll have city metrics put in here shortly as well, so you have a more niche, deeper, micro level comparable. And that is the actual PDF housing record when you download. Very powerful, has all the information, very visual, so your client and yourself could really look into a deep dive and understand what exactly is this unit layout. Another cool thing that we also have introduced here, I'm gonna go back to here, is the live URL. It's so powerful, it's generating this. You could copy this and you can actually send this as a link to your client. And as you can see, it was shared by myself on this date and it was updated today. Now, this is the live URL view of the housing record detail page. And it's similar to what it is. Now, the difference is if you're not signed in or if you don't have the paid version, you're not going to see all the information. There'll be a trigger saying you need to sign in to get additional information. So right now, since I am on the paid tier, you'll see quite a bit more. All the verification, all the files. You'll see the median price, just like we had before. And this is exactly what other people will see. Sign up to open any row. So if you want to go to a specific one, you'll see get full access or maybe later. So when you do this URLs, realize that it's not going to have all the information. It is built so that it gives you a snapshot, but we want you to get into the system so you can use it and get deeper information. So there's a reasoning behind that as well. You have your comparable housing within 5 kilometers. As you can see, there's a lot. That's like the central city core of Surrey, and there's a lot of development happening there. And that's why you see a lot of projects like this. Different locations will maybe not have all these projects, but for this one itself, it will. So when you're talking to your client that's looking for the one bedroom, the one washroom, they have a lot of options here. Now, the reason we show this is imagine going one by one and getting all the information regarding all these projects. It will take you so long to get back to your client. So instead of you yourself manually doing it or paying someone to do it, we've done all the homework for you. And this is how powerful it is. This also allows you to negotiate these prices and go to projects and develop and say, well, this is cheaper, this one has an incentive, or the commission is more here. Can you give me more? Negotiate those terms. Use the data here to negotiate all those terms. And we're going back to the housing record. From here, we're going to go back to list view. And what I want to show is we've hearted all these. We have these hearts, which these go into like my records here, because then I'll show you all the ones that you favorited or liked. But before we go there, I want to show you another report that we can build out. Let's just say that your client likes this plan A16 with hearth. They also like A2 at Century City. There's a few other ones. We'll click here too. Let's just say Surrey Gildan Building BE. Well, let's add that. As you can see that they're populating down here. You could go up to 6. Let's also grab Pura Phase 2. Now we got 4. And let's see if there's any other one we want to grab. Let's do Chronicle E-Plan as well. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can open and compare. And now you have a snapshot of these specific layouts. It'll tell you 5 housing records. Out of this, the medium price, city medium, and medium square footage. Lowest price, highest price, similar metrics across the board. We want to make sure that these metrics are used in any view or anywhere you're navigating within this system. And there's other things that you can look into, projects, community, etc. However, this was built so that you can navigate in 90 seconds for your client that's looking for a 1-bedroom, 1 washroom in Surrey, and you want to sort by min price and completion date to make sure that you got the best priced units and layouts. So this whole demo is to show you how to find those layouts to help out your customer or client. Now, here is all the different layouts again, and if you go down, it'll show the difference prices, the difference in square footage when you compare it, and also tell you how below or above the pricing is from the group, the city, the regional. So it's very powerful. As you can see, some of it is above and some of it is all below. So the Century Group one that you see here, Park Tower 1, seems like it's one of the best layouts. It also will tell you what stage, pre-construction completed, construction completed, and pre-construction. You also have all the layouts. You could compare right away directly, click on it. Let's just click on one of these. Fast, beautiful, and you can see if you really want that layout. Now, imagine doing a live presentation just like I am, but having it with your client. They're on a video call, and you can show them the difference in a click of the different layouts and compare them live. And this way they can tell you what exactly they like and don't like about each layout, and you can filter that through and niche it out. It also shows you a little bit more of a metric here in graphs. Price, which one is the lowest, which you can see is Heart. Price per square feet, which one is the best priced, as you can see is Century City. Square footage, largest Pura, and deposit, lowest ones are Century City and Pura. Now, this is really powerful information. It really helps you understand the comparables and making sure that you look professional in front of your client, because they want to make sure that the realtor that they're working with knows how to navigate pre-sales. Again, you can also do a live URL, and you can export this comparable PDF itself. Now, I'm just going to quickly go to my records, and that's where you can save all your layouts. As you can see, I have saved quite a bit. Pura Phase 2 that we just saved. We also have, and there's a lot of pages. It's not just the first page. We also have Hartley, Gildan that we just also, I think it was this one right here. Yep. G. And I think I have up to what, 4 pages here. So there you go. Gilding, another gilding, another Pura, another chronicle, all put together here. We're going to go to now ROI calculator. We're also building this out further. Where I'm just going to click on calculate. And you can see instantly it gives you all this information. There's a lot to look at, but right now I'm just going to switch it over to Surrey. And we're going to do 375,000. As you can see, this is all clickable. And we're going to calculate one more time. Now, this is again for educational purposes only, but it does tell you that each investor needs 63,000 as a salary and $18,750 as a down payment based upon that number. Now, the cool thing about this is it also tells you roughly your mortgage payment, your mortgage amount, your forecasted ROI based upon historical pricing. And we use historical data to then forecast where potential will be in the future. We also have potential how much salary you require, total debt servicing. We have all this information to help out you and your client. Now, a mortgage broker is going to be better equipped to help you out with this, or a financial planner. A cool thing that we have built in here as well is you can go to more than one investor. So let's just say that you're not making 63,000 and you don't have 18,000 saved, but you have your parents and siblings. Let's just say there's a group of 4 of you. You can calculate that, and now each investor only requires $15,000 in salary and require a down payment of $4,000. Now, if you're a couple that is looking for the 1-bedroom, 1-washroom in Surrey, and they can't afford it, this is a way that you can ask them, like, well, do you have parents or other siblings that are willing to go in on it as well and help out? And this can help structure that deal and show them that there's another way of affordability when it comes to buying these pre-sale and new construction. Now, we have all this information down here. If you were to rent this out, how much gross rent you could potentially get and how that affects your mortgage payment. So we have your net rent. If you were getting roughly $1,900 and your mortgage payment was $1,916, how much out of pocket you would pay, how much month-to-month equity you would build, and then over 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. You can move it along, and you'll have different scenarios going along. If there's too much numbers and you want to get a summary in sentences, they'll actually write these sentences out for you, explain it, and you can just follow along and understand it better. We have graphs that tells you your return over years, your cash flow over time. Now, all these graphs and calculator, we're going to update. We have your Surrey historical pricing that we use to forecast, and you can see all this information, how powerful it is. It does look like a lot. We are going to update this so that it's easier to follow and it's more useful to you. But in the meantime, you can still use this and get a lot out of it. But a 1-bedroom, if we wanted to change the actual gross rent amount and we change it to $1,400, as you can see, it's changed. Your mortgage payment is that. You will now see that out of pocket, you're spending $661 to pay for this mortgage. Now, this doesn't include all the additional costs like strata, property tax. Property tax is included, but we don't have utilities included, and we don't have the strata included. So something like that we will be adding in, and other expenses you'll be able to add in as well. But for the most part, very powerful. Click a button, you can use it. Now, this whole presentation is based upon us researching over 1,276 projects with over 150,000 bedrooms. That's a big number. Layouts is almost 7,000, and we have documented over 430 developers. As you can see here, verified records, it shows that only 17.7 is verified. However, that is a skewed number. That is because it's all the records, but it doesn't necessarily have the parameters built in. What I mean by that is not all projects will document their actual pricing. It's too early in the cycle, and it's not even towards a pre-sale. They're still doing their documentation in Redma, and for that reason, it has a skewed number. We'll tighten that up based upon what is available right now in construction pre-sale with actual pricing, that we can give you a better number from there. All right, guys, that is all the demo that we had ready to go. But before we finish this off, I want to show you one very cool thing here under list view that we're going to implement even deeper. You can have your client put in their salary So let's just say you're a couple that's one bedroom that wants that one bedroom, one washroom in Surrey. Collectively, they're making 120,000, and the best rate that they can get right now is 4.18, and they have $50,000 as a down payment. You can actually search in the system and see what they can actually afford. And again, this is not financial or professional advice, educational and informational purposes only. But as you can see now, that couple can afford all these options based upon their salary. Now you got to pay to unlock this feature. And where we're headed with this feature is, as a realtor, you'll be able to onboard your client to the system. They can have notifications, pop-ups, any incentives or price changes directly emailed to them, or they can sign in here and we'll have a beautiful dashboard built out for them. But since you are paying for this system, you can attach that client under your tier, your subscription, and it will unlock that salary function for them so that they can find the exact project that they can afford and a layout. They can navigate themselves. And everywhere they navigate, anytime they have questions, they can ask a question directly to you and you'll get a notification and a pop-up. And we're headed there, and that's where we're going to be. Now, right now, this system, because we are still testing it out, is currently at $39 a month for this powerful information. Now, that's an introductory price, and it's for a limited time only until maybe the first 20 realtors sign up. We're not really sure, but right now it's a limited time. And the real price is going to be roughly $79 a month for this as we get deeper and more powerful, as we start incorporating more reports, more live URLs. So every single project, every single layout you see, you can export as a PDF. You can export as a live URL. You can even filter this, and we'll do it one more time with Surrey, as I didn't go through all the different PDFs. And I'm just going to leave this out so you can see. You can even get the report. You can download this, which will have the list for you as well. We have different sections like projects and communities. Community is a master community, and you have projects within that master community, all breaking down with hierarchy, and then individual projects. And the compare sets that you've done, you could go back to your old reports as well. That's to say that you had already generated a report. You can see that we generated that today, and you can have that report in your history, and you can always get it again. So this is what we're building out right now. We think it's very powerful. We feel that you can use this to utilize this and get ahead in pre-sales and new construction. And over and above this, use it as a reporting tool for your social media, for your professional brand, to show that how much more advanced and experienced you are in pre-sales. If you don't have any listings and you don't have any clients, you should be looking at pre-sales new construction and treat them like your own listings, in a way trying to promote them, try to get the best pre-sales, best priced ones for each individual city, different beds, 1 bed, 2 bed, if you have different clients that you potentially see yourself going after and helping out. You could get a forehead by using this, because no one else out there is going to be this much more advanced or this much more knowledgeable at a click of a button. Because as you can see, that the other alternatives to something like Moovmynt is very vague, and it does not have all the information structured in a way that we have it put together here, where instantly it is valuable to you. I would promote my backyard, my neighborhood. So if you live in Surrey, or even if you live in Vancouver or Burnaby, just start owning that market. Start posting about it, understanding each project, know which ones have the best incentives, the best layouts, the best way that you can potentially close. Again, if you are a new realtor, you might want to niche out to pre-sales and new construction. The more deals you do, the more active you are, you might be able to get better terms when it comes to these developers and these projects. If you've never done pre-sale, but you've been a resale, well, this is a great tool for you to also look into and see if there's any other deals out there that might be even better priced than a resale, right? So if you have a resale, a 1 bedroom selling for 300,000 or even 325,000, but a brand new one or a pre-sale or a new construction home is roughly around the same price, maybe a no-brainer for you to guide your client, say, hey, this might be the right project for you, or this layout, brand new warranty, and you can customize it available to you. In this down market, there's so many deals out there, and utilize this, navigate through this to find those deals for yourself and your client. If you have any other questions for us, you can always reach out to us at info@moovmynt.com. You can always message me. You have my number. We've been part of that WhatsApp group as well. And anytime you want to share some other projects or information, also reach out to us. Let us know if we need to update anything, if anything was missed. We are also adding something as well as realtor flagging. If there's a project that needs to be updated, or you know that there's updated incentive deposit or any other information we missed, please let us know, flag it, and we'll be able to update it ASAP. We'll also have it that your branding will be there where you are flagging it, and we will give you your flowers in the sense of saying, hey, this realtor helped out, they're on it, they're experienced, they're active in pre-sale and new construction, and they're the ones that helped us out with that update. So the more you utilize this platform, the more recognition you will get. And this is very powerful. We're building the community out here. We're working with realtors, buyers, investors, developers, and real estate marketing companies, and we're getting better every week. We're changing this, we're adapting, we're updating verified records on a weekly basis, if not daily and monthly. As the months go and the years go, you will see this system mature, grow, and prosper. So thank you so much for all the time that you spent with me today. I know it was a long demo. Hopefully it brought you a lot of information and value. And I hope you close those deals and you come back and say, Sonny, I used your system and I made myself $10,000, $20,000. Heck, I made myself $50,000. Again, this system is only $39 a month for a realtor, and it's going to go up to $79 a month. On a year term, you might get a month or two off. So if you're paying $79 a month in the future and you're not ready right now, but I would suggest start utilizing it right now. But if you're at the $79 tier mark, a yearly subscription will be $790. It may seem like a lot, but what's even more is landing a deal where you make $10,000 commission or a $20,000 commission. Now, is $790 a whole lot if you could turn around a commission and make $10,000 to $20,000? I don't think so. I think that is an opportunity. I think instead of chasing information, you should go and curate those customers, clients, understand the knowledge, understand how to navigate pre-sales and new construction, use the system, get ahead, be knowledgeable, be the main realtor in that neighborhood, in that niche, in that project, whatever it may be. Stand out, be outstanding, and go get those sales. Again, thank you so much for being part of this Moovmynt demo. We appreciate all of you. Happy hunting and have a good day. Bye-bye.